Alright, I'm gonna criticize the Mussar movement a little bit more. As anyone that's ever watched these videos knows, I always criticize that which I like. Things that I think are completely have nothing to say at all, I don't try not to bother with. Sometimes I do say something. But the Mussar movement, okay, so we're getting into the Mussar movement. Major problem with Mussar movement is, of course, like the Torah's ethics. That of the Torah, the Talmud, is that of obligations of either machshava, thought, or word, and especially of actions. While the books of Mussar from the Rishonim, which are in fact like the best Mussar books that there are, but they're character based. Of habits of character tend to be the primary idea, and and those books have completely different assumptions than that of the Talmud. So it's a kind of there's that problem with the movement. Plus plus again, like if you just take I guess the major thing is just take the Talmud and the Mussar books, by themselves without the aspect of the Rambam of I guess the type of Aristotelian and Neoplatonic approach that he has. So the Torah by itself, with just considering it to be a complete moral system on its own, is a problem, since it doesn't fulfill what I consider it to be like it's sort of a minimal condition for a moral system. In other words, people might learn about ethics during the day. They might learn the guide for they might the Mesilas Yesharim or the Chovat Levavot, and learn Talmud all day or something else like that. But there's essential flaw in the system, even if they have a character that wants to be moral, and it's even in their interest to be moral. But if the system itself is flawed, well, those flaws are going to come out in whatever type of society you build on that. The flaws in the system, of course, are going to be I guess Milchemet Mitzvah would be the proper word for it, meaning to say that it should be illogical for any moral system to be moral. It has to be logically derivable from the system. So just average normal people can when they're trying to gauge their behavior based on this system, will be able to say, well, okay, well, this is wrong. It's wrong to go out and kill, murder, rape, let's say 15 billion people, because it's fun. And you can't really derive that from the system, so then the system's not doing very well as a moral system. It doesn't fulfill a minimal requirement. If we could at least get past a minimal requirement for a moral system, and we could discuss which approach is better. Should it be this approach? There's the Buddhist approach and there's the Hindu, But if you can't get past this basic problem of the things that are clearly not moral should be considered not moral in the system, and the system just isn't doing very well. Okay, well, thank you for listening.